Welcome to the weekend here at Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, September 9th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. A few months after undergoing neck surgery to repair cracked vertebrae and bone fragments in his cervical spine, Dennis Wolf is starting to look more and more like his old self. Earlier this week, some new photos surfaced of Wolf looking healthier than he has in quite some time. I'll bet a few pounds lighter than what he's been in recent years. Anyone who's ever suffered through serious illness or injury knows that if you don't have your health, then you really have nothing. And it's good to see Dennis taking some time to put bodybuilding on the back burner as he focuses on doing what he has to do to get well. But as I've said 100 times before, you can take the bodybuilder out of the gym, but you can't take the gym out of the bodybuilder. And I'm sure that whenever he gets the green light from his doctors to resume business as usual, that we'll see the big bad Wolf make his return in spectacular fashion. After starting the season out on fire with 3 straight top 6 finishes, including a close second back at the Arnold Brazil, New York's own Juan seems to be getting along just fine through the early stages of his off-season. This week, Morel was spotted training at the world-famous Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym alongside longtime friend and training partner Marco Rivera as he enlists some new heavy-duty help down the backstretch of his Olympia prep. After being one of the busiest men in bodybuilding over the last 3 seasons, this early rest is probably just what the doctor ordered for Morel, who seemed to be fading when he was on the New York Pro stage back in early May. With plenty of big meals, heavy weights, and rest ahead of him the next few months, I have no doubt that when he makes his return next season, that Morel 3.0 will be a real force to be reckoned with. The early part of the contest season was pretty quiet for our old friend, Brad Rowe. But I get the feeling that all that's going to be changing here pretty soon. As of late, Rowe has been especially sharp and is looking an awful lot like someone who has plans to step on stage sometime within the next few weeks or so. During his rookie campaign back in 2014, we saw Rowe taking a similar plan of attack, hitting up some of the later season post-Olympia shows where he was able to land a handful of top 3 finishes before all was said and done. Now that he's rebounded from last season's quad injury and has had time to really focus on making improvements, he looks to be well on his way to crushing his previous best. And if he picks his spots correctly, it isn't hard to see him doing some serious damage in a few first call-outs or possibly even competing for a victory. There are exactly 2 men heading into this year's Men's Physique Olympia contest who know what it takes to dig deep down in their souls and pull out an effort that it takes to become a champion. And Mark Anthony is one of those men. It's been more than a year since we last saw the former champ take the stage back at the 2015 Toronto Pro, where he wound up finishing a disappointing 8th place in front of his hometown crowd. But after taking some time off to reevaluate his game plan and get back to doing what he does best, Anthony is looking bigger and fuller than we've seen him at this point in any contest prep. And assuming he doesn't do anything dramatic to end up mistiming his peak, it's easy to imagine a scenario where he winds up back in the top 6 with a chance to fight a way back to the top spot. So far this year, we've already seen the first wave of Impact rookies hit the scene and send ripples through the bodybuilding world. From the Ahmad Ashkenanis and the Robert Tims of the world who are heading into the Olympia, right on down to the Cody Montgomerys and Dominic Cardones who dominated some of the early headlines. And if right now I had to put my money on the next rookie who's going to step right in and make his presence felt from day one, my money would be on last year's NPC National Heavyweight Champ, Charles Griffen. This week, Muscle in the Morning was able to obtain some exclusive photos of Griffen 7 weeks out from his pro debut, where he seems poised to present some serious problems. During the off-season, Griffen packed on an insane amount of new muscle and seems to be right on track to tie a nice bow of inside-out conditioning around the shiny new package. And if he comes in at 100% and hits the nail on the head, it's going to be mighty tough to keep this guy out of the first call-out. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.